Hey guys, and welcome back to the Cnuofesd Newscast. The game in the background is some footage we had lying around from World of Warcraft. We begin today on the much disputed subject of immersive, free-to-play MMOs. We start off with Global Agenda, which is a kind of sci-fi, futuristic MMO. Lasers, that kind of stuff. Kind of futuristic, laser, bomb, semtex kind of things. There are a fair amount of good points about it. It's an easy and simple. It contains an easy and simple vendor system, which is utilised by everybody, and you can buy all kinds of stuff. You can customise your armour, customise your gear, and it's pretty simple to do. So if you picked up a copy for the first time, you can just plough straight into the customisation side of the game. I had a little go at the combat, and I quite liked it. It was fluid. It was definitely immersive. And actually felt like you were kind of in the game shooting the guys yourself, unlike Runes of Magic, which we did in our last video. The graphic quality is really good. It definitely helps with the immersion factor. Although on that point, you do need a pretty hefty PC if you want to run it even in the lowest specs, because Morpheus has a spare PC just lying around, and we tried booting it up on that. It's a low-spec compact laptop, and it just ground to a halt even on the lowest settings. There are a couple of bits and bobs that let Global Agenda down. Just the general lack of players, really. It brings about long wait times in PvP queues and dungeon queues. It's not amazingly well advertised. It's not packaged in such a fluid way as, say, World of Warcraft or Rift or something, or other games like that. The tip that I give to the guys who make Global Agenda is just to make it more accessible, because, as I said, you really need a high spec gaming PC, which you need to spend a lot of money on, and some people don't have that money. And as it's a free to play game, they should really be making it accessible to people who don't have $2,000 to throw at a gaming PC. The interface is extremely complex when you get into the kind of harder stuff. When you're trying to queue for a dungeon, it's quite complex to try and find it. And so far, I've seen there's no real instructions as to how you get to things like that. So there's no built-in tutorial that tells you just the basics of the game, where things are, how the UI is set out, that kind of stuff. But overall, it's pretty good, and it's quite immersive. Another free-to-play MMO, which we've already discussed, is Runes of Magic. And it doesn't have an amazing amount of good points to it, mainly focusing on the bad. The graphics is poor. I mean, even on highest settings on my PC, it just didn't look up to scratch. It looked old, it looked clunky. The interface just didn't work properly. It doesn't flow, it's not fluid, it breaks the immersion factor, really. And the fighting is stinted and just kind of wooden. It doesn't feel like you're in control of your character, and it doesn't feel like you're kicking that troll's ass. It just feels like you're just hitting buttons on a keyboard and something's happening in about 5 seconds time after you've hit it. So overall, that's not amazing and not very immersive. But moving away from MMOs, we can look at the FPS market, which has recently got the free-to-play game Team Fortress 2, which has caused a lot of dispute among the gaming society, and has resulted in quite a lot of people actually quitting the game on the grounds that they don't want noobs on their server. But the truth is that if you don't want free-to-play players on your server, then you can quite easily set a server password that you can just give to the people who regularly play on your server. As obviously Team Fortress is, you play in the same groups on your familiar server, which is modded to how you like it. So it's quite an easy solution. You just password protect your server, then free-to-play people can't get on, and your thing doesn't get flooded with noobs, and that's really the case solved. One of the other topics that I wanted to cover was the thing that's being plastered all over the internet, the nuke that the US government is pointing at the internet right now, which is namely the SOPA and PIPA acts, which are being pushed through Congress. What can I say about them? They're bad, and it will mean the ends of such mediums as Facebook and YouTube. And you'd end up losing countless other video streaming websites and anything that has even the possibility of infringing copyright. This act is bad. What can I say? If you're American, you can ring up your local representative, give them your opinion, because the more people give their opinion, the less likely it's going to go through. In the link in the stuff below the video in the description, what I've done is I've chucked a couple of links to some of the petitions you can sign if you're not in the US, or if you're in the US, to oppose this, because this will affect worldwide stuff, because obviously YouTube and Facebook are the two highest traffic sites in the world, and if they go down, it's gonna put a massive dent in the internet. And this is a country that has a lot of power over the internet already. And all these companies are based over there, so it would bring the whole sites down. So this is kind of important, guys, and this is time for us to step up to the plate and actually do something about it. But yeah, well, go sign those petitions. And that's my rant over. That's pretty much it for this one, but I'm just going to give you some dates for your diaries. Our StarCraft series will be starting on the 22nd of December, as Hyperion is back from his other engagements, so he is literally, as we speak, playing through half a ton of StarCraft content, recording, getting some stuff going, which is going to be awesome. As you know, I mentioned our Christmas special video last week, which will be out on Christmas Eve, and for those less informed, that'll be the 24th of December. I'm also going to announce that my first impressions look at the free-to-play MMO Global Agenda should, hopefully, be starting the week after Christmas, probably the Thursday. And I'll find out the date for that and put it on the video, because I don't have a calendar anywhere near me. And that may well turn into a series if I like it, so we'll see how that goes. And that pretty much concludes this Christmas newscast. Cheers for watching, guys. Merry Christmas, and have a great New Year. If you enjoyed this video, why don't you consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for alerts on when the new videos become available. Cheers, guys.